Tramway is a contemporary art space that commissions both new work from Scottish artists and international artists bringing their work to Scotland. Most of the work that we do involves visual arts, theatre and dance. Tramway has always had a really strong following amongst the artistic community. You could go to Berlin or New York and talk to artists in those areas and they would know about Tramway. There had never been a really core focus on how local people engaged.
Footprints Project made use of action research, which is a collaborative approach which researches with people rather than on people and looks into really practical questions and tries to incorporate the findings of them in cycles of action and then reflection. Based on previous research, the workshops as part of Footprints were with 4 different groups. One was called Kindred, and it was with families. One was called Fresh, with young people under 25. And there was Fusion, with Black and minority Asian communities, and Wired, with active producers of art.
We started by having a tour of the building and seeing how everybody responded to that emotionally, visually, and what Tramway meant to us as a family and as individuals.
I think we had a lot of discussions about what people as artists needed and wanted from Tramway, like space to work in, but also as Tramway as a venue.
I really enjoyed kind of everyone coming together as a group and talking about the different experiences of the arts that had shaped their lives and like the kind of role that art will have in their life and the role it will have in the future.
I remember strong statements from the meeting with the staff at the very last meeting about this international aim for the Tramway, and I believe there's definitely potentialities for that within Tramway and within the programmation.
It was really good to explore the building through other people's experience of using it.
Alongside the action research workshops with the participant groups, we explored other ways to engage audiences. This included the development of social networking on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and iTunes. Data was gathered from across the visual arts visits, box office sales, questionnaire research, and that helped us to understand who our audiences were and what they thought of the building and its programme. And new programming initiatives were started, and this included family days, fresh-faced youth nights and Pecha Kucha events.
It's been really exciting because the impact has been across every part in a way of the organisation. It's covered the way we communicate with people, it's covered the way that we run and manage the building, and it's covered the way that we programme work across all our art forms.
It was really exciting to discuss all these things, and I felt it was exciting for us as participants of the group, and I also felt that our opinions were truly valued.
Tramway had a sort of unanswered question, or a series of unanswered questions about their audience. It felt like they were opening up to that audience and asking them to come in and help them answer it. It seemed that there was a lot of room for change and that there were things that could happen.
To me it felt like a really creative process to think about these questions myself. As a member of an audience, I thought that was really interesting.
We've got some great statistics coming out of the research that's showing us some of the big impacts that Footprints has had on the organisation. The visual arts recorded 62% increase in visual arts visitors compared to the average. Box office data is showing us that last year we sold 44% more tickets than the previous year. Website activities also significantly increased with 25% more visits and unique visitors last year compared to the year before. Tramway was the recipient of 2 Scottish Cultural Sector Awards recognising the impact of its audience engagement work on the organisation.
If you want to change the way that you engage and welcome visitors, you need to be prepared to change the way you run your organisation.
In our group we talked about how Tramway could become more visible to the rest of Glasgow.
We've also discussed that it would be good if Tramway sold itself a bit better and just be more self-assured.
We think it's important that a new generation is introduced to the history and the story of Tramway so that they can be involved in its future. This is our time to go and investigate Tramway. Let's see what it has, what can it offer us, what can we do in Tramway.
To find out more about the project and download the report, go to www.tramway.org.
Tramway would like to thank all the project participants and collaborators for their involvement in Footprints. This project was made possible thanks to the generous support of Glasgow Life and Creative Scotland.